Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to another session of Kitsch Witch Tarot, where we're kitschy and witchy. And these are some of the cards that I might use today. I'm going to see where it goes. Pardon me. I ask for your forgiveness for my congestion, and if I cough once in a while, I try not to do that. But it's very wintry here and very cold, and I'm a little congested, and my voice is a little rough, so forgive me for that. And we're going to start out today with. We have two froggy self-love cards, self-care cards today. And the first one is, I trust myself. Trust yourself. And the second one that goes with that is, I believe that good things will happen to me. Trust yourself and believe that good things will happen to you. And guess what? They will. Okay. The energy you put forth is what shapes your reality. All of us. When you know that, and you know that you have the real power, it changes everything. It's a game changer. Okay, I'm trying to breathe slowly. Bear with me. I just did a video, and at the end I got distracted in what I was saying in my reading, and I got a train of thought, and I kind of zoned out at the end and showed you my wand. And it's a little weird. I don't know if I'll post it or not. I have to review it first, but it was such a good reading, I kind of want to. Which is going to segue into this anyway, so I guess I have to. So forgive me at the end for that little, my train of thought just drifted off because of the way the reading ended. And kind of surprised me even, but. So the readings lately have been the same. Closing out of cycles, a lot of 9s and 10s and endings, and closing out karmic cycles, and closing out yearly cycles, and closing out earthly cycles, and just closing out cycles. That's the theme, and it's coming over and over and over with every reading. But this last one, and they started to kind of segue towards love, and this last one, I didn't do it on any particular topic. I just, wherever the cards took us, and it took us through all the stuff and the endings and all these ending cards, but then a lot of king and queen energies, multiple kings and queen energies kept popping up, and two aces were also came up, which is very auspicious. So king and queen energy led me to believe, hey, maybe there's for single people or people who are open to it, maybe there's a love offer or something on the horizon in the romantic arena, and that's where it kind of ended off, and that's where I lost my train of thought. It really kind of caught me off of a loop from what it said. But so I thought that we would just start from there. We know that everything is, we're closing out cycles and we're closing out endings, karmic endings. You've done the work, great job. And we're going to go from there, and we're going to make this a love reading. What did it have to start to say about love as I was closing up? And I just want to see where it has to go in regards to love. So I'm going to put these aside. That one we kind of need to start with. And I have the extra deck and the Kipperish that are great decks to fall back on if you ever really kind of need to get to the nitty gritty. And these two also are great little oracles that clarify things. Trying to get my thumb out of the way. The All Hail Na and the Spill Tea. Spill, like spill the tea, but spill tea. 2 words. Just for the closed captioning people. First we're going to start out with this is one I found recently. Charming Fools and True Lovers. And of course, had to write that. Couldn't pass that one up. It's pretty kitschy, right? So, but a little bit of this goes a long way. They're all men and in different occupations, which is just describing an energy. But, you know, in these readings, male, female is interchangeable because everybody has a little of both in their personality. These are really slippery cards, and that's just a do-over. Hi, Hannah. Hannah's come to put her, hi, put your kitty cat energy on these cards, your magical energy. Thank you for that. She kissed the cards lightly. So, what do you have to say about the romantic energies, male or female? That was the slam, so here we go, which is good. Now I don't get a whole bunch of cards when I don't need a lot out of this deck. The Student, young and idealistic, big dreams, tiny budget. Okay, take that as that resonates. If you're younger, that might resonate with you. The Student. Let's take the bottom energy. The Engineer. Logical and precise, can fix anything except emotional availability. Well, those don't sound right, do they? Either you're young and idealistic but you're broke, or you're successful and can fix anything except you're not emotionally available. So that's kind of a bummer. But take that as it resonates. Oh, well, okay, I'm just going to put this deck away. I don't know if that's such a great start, but take it as energy, not literally, and apply it. Sometimes you don't realize until much later. You go, oh, I think much later about something in one of my videos, and I just think, oh, I wish I had picked up on that when I was recording, when I was actually filming, but anyway, that happens sometimes, and there's no going back, so. All right. Christina Ricci. So we've covered my fondness for her and her movies and her tarot deck. Cat full of spiders. Christina Ricci. Each card is her in a movie, different scene, different movie. So I'm not familiar with all her movies. I'm working on that, so I can be more knowledgeable when these cards come up and kind of explain maybe more in depth of what the card means. Get a bigger picture. But, okay, where are you? Hi, Hannah. Queen of Pentacles. All that work just for my card. This represents Capricorn. Pentacles are earth signs. Queen of Pentacles is the tarot queen that relates to Capricorn. So that would be me or anybody in your life, male or female, who has those qualities. Pentacles, earthly. You know, I'm an earth witch. I'm everything earth. I'm a double earth sign, Virgo moon, Capricorn sun. So I'm very earthy, but Pentacles, you know, just earthly things. It could be money. Pentacles or coins could be money. Could be anything earthly. Okay, and then just I happen to be looking at these two, the Moon and the Ace of Cups, and those are really good cards. So maybe something in love is unseen right now. I mean, this is the Ace of Love, the Ace of Cups. Okay, so something, the Moon, mysteries, secrets, something not disclosed, something unseen, something that will be illuminated, maybe indirectly illuminated like the Moon is. Okay, and then the Ace of Cups. So that's love, love, love. Oh, I forgot about these cards too. These are smaller, really cool cards for love. We have the Neon Love. I'm going to use these Dark Confessions. And the Heart's Hidden Secrets. I couldn't recall the name. The Heart's Hidden Secrets. I have over 50 decks and counting all the time. So bear with me there. Okay, so then... And then it just happens to pop up the World card, which is an auspicious card. It means you own the world. You know, the world is your oyster. It's also the ultimate ending card in tarot. It's the last card of tarot, it being the 21, which is 2 tens, which are ending cards in one. And then we have the 10 of Cups, which is love, all good things, happy family, happy ending, happy life. So those want to come up too. And okay, so it looks like we're doing rows of 3. Looks like that's where we're going with this. Alright. Okay, so being a love reading, this is pretty good. Queen of Pentacles came up. The earthly queen, down to earth. Capricorns make excellent wives, earth signs do, especially Capricorns. Matter of fact, in Linda Goodman's Book of Sun Signs, which is my Bible of sun signs, and where I first learned astrology in my 20s, I recommend it highly. It even says in there the same thing about Capricorns. Capricorn woman will make an excellent wife. Anyway, just couldn't find the right counterpart. Fat lady hasn't sung yet, right? Although I'm not holding my breath either. Not buying a ticket to the opera, I'm just waiting to hear when she actually does sing. Okay, 2 more came out. So we have the Hanged Man, and this is seeing something from a different angle, a different point of view, and it's also a major arcana, which is number 12, and 2 and 1 is 3, which is successful collaboration. A couple has a baby, etc. And then Judgment, 2 tens, double 10 again, which is ending. Judgment. So Judgment is an ending card. It's a double 10, and it is a major, and it's also a good card to have, especially if Judgment falls favorably upon you, which it does, being the divine protected, the divine collective, raising those vibrations and holding them high. Congratulations on all your good work, raising our vibrations and holding them high. Okay, let's get one more card for the top row. What else? Complete this, and we'll move on to clarifying oracles. Give me one card for the top row. Christina Ricci, just one card. Okay, thank you. Death card. Number 13. 3 and 1 is 4. 4 is is the number of stability. Death card is just a transition card. It just means you're going through transition, which is very indicative and in league with all of the ending cards that we're getting in all these readings. Not just my readings. My favorite readers on YouTube, they're all having the same readings and the same cards, and a lot of us use IKEV's extra deck, and IKEV is one of the readers that I follow. So, and then we have King of Pentacles at the bottom. Okay, see the King and Queen energy again, which leads me to believe, love, 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 somebody's going to have a counterpart coming. The divine counterpart. Pardon me. And as I was saying the other day, I said, I've never had a twin flame or a soulmate, and I have to correct that because they're not the same thing. A twin flame, I have had a twin flame. A twin flame is someone who comes along and is actually the other half of your, twin being, spirit being, but it's not a happily ever after situation. When you meet your twin flame, it's fraught with chaos and problems, and it's meant to spark your spiritual awakening, and that is what it's designed to do. And I did have one of those. My last relationship, 22 years ago, yes, I mean, I've always been spiritually awake, but it really jolted me awake. It was my wilderness experience, and it was long and painful, and it was what led to my gifts, discovering the gifts that I have now, and being, self-taught. I started teaching myself tarot. I've got dozens of books on the subject, and I just taught myself with dozens of decks and books, and I just taught myself. And if it hadn't been for that, I would not be at the level I am now. I would have just kind of plateaued where I was and kind of just been asleep, So that's what jolted me awake, and so that was a twin flame experience. So, and at the time, I did think that we were a divine, meeting in some way or another. It was divine. We both felt that way. We just weren't quite sure where, in what aspect it was going to manifest itself. But it became very apparent very quickly, and it was very painful for me because he was inauthentic. And but yeah, so I did have a twin flame. I'm waiting for my soulmate. That's the one who's supposed to be coming along. People are supposed to be getting, who haven't met their soulmate yet, are supposed to be coming. The new wave of light workers are coming in some form, some fashion, and supposedly that's where a lot of your soulmates are going to be coming from. And so the King of Pentacles, lots of King and Queen energy here. We had the Queen of Pentacles first card, and then now we have this one. So, and being a love reading, that's the way the last reading was going, and that's why I decided to do another one without even looking that one over yet. I'm still going to decide if the ending is, if the rest of the video is worth bearing that weird ending. Anyway, you know about it, so that's what happened. I just lost my train of thought. Kind of caught me off guard, something I said in the last part of the reading. I won't divulge what. Nine of Pentacles. Hi, there's Pretty Christina again. Nine of Pentacles is the culmination of, sovereignty, success, all wonderful things, Bask in your glory. Rest on your laurels. Sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Also, a 9, an ending card. As we've been getting over and over and over. And I guess that's our open spot. Okay, bottom is 7 of Pentacles. She looks disillusioned. That's not really the energy of the traditional tarot. The tarot is that the person is got a rake in his hand and is looking at his tree that is bearing pentacles, and he's worked hard for this harvest. So, and you have worked hard to close the cycle. We all have. And just for shiggles, the top card is a major, so I'm going to trot it out. Strength just solidifies all of this. Okay, another good card, major. Good card to have. Okay, so there's something definitely on the horizon for some people if you're open to it. If you're not, maybe you should be. Maybe you need to rethink that. Okay. I may know things you don't. Take it as it resonates with you. Only you know if that resonates with you or not. This is the messy truth. I decided to wait on those little ones. I do larger to smaller. That's more coherent that way instead of, smaller to larger. That doesn't work. Messy truth. See what Messy Truth has to tell us about this love connection. I used to love that show, The Love Connection. Chuck Woolery. He was so funny. It was a funny show. Most of these people hated each other. It was so hilarious. The two different versions of the date, too, was also great. Okay. I digress. Unsent messages. What was never said. Holding back. Drafted and erased. Yeah, this goes in league with what the ending of the last reading, when it turned to the love reading, kind of said. You just don't have the confidence that you need, and you should, because you're very worthy. And yeah, there is a counterpart for you, somebody who is going to adore you. But if you're not open to it and you don't at least acknowledge it, how can you ever have it? Maybe it's meant to be, maybe it's not. Spin the wheel, take a chance. Messy Truth, give us one more. You're kind of really, you're like really dark chocolate. You're very, very intense and should be used sparingly. Yeah, have you ever had like pure dark chocolate? I love dark chocolate, but that pure stuff, that's hard to take. Truth hurts. Reality check. Wake up call. Clear eyes. Take it as it resonates. Okay. Gonna get you over there. Let's do this. Spill tea. See what that has to say. These cards are like the friend that just can't keep a secret. Spill tea. You know that gossipy friend that you go to, and if you want to know something, they'll always spill their guts. Like my ex best friend was one of the bones of contention. She was such a gossip about everybody. All her friends knew all her other friends' business. Terrible, terrible. Keeping secrets. Guard secrets or be asked to keep one. Okay, secrets again. Secrets again. So this is just saying that you or someone else has a crush. Either you have a crush on someone has a crush on you, maybe it's mutual and neither one of you have told each other yet, but you're keeping it to yourself, you're playing close to your vest, and it's never a bad idea to do that. Take it as it resonates. What else do you have to tell us before we go to these little cards? I just wanted one. Okay. Trust in process. Trust the progress of the relationship. Don't rush for answers. Goes in league with what we were just saying. Play it close to the vest. If that's what the energy calls for, do it. It's never a bad idea. It's like using salt in cooking. You can always add more, but you can't take back. Safe space. A place where you can truly be yourself and feel at peace. This is the kind of person that's coming to you, your soulmate. They're your safe space. You know those people that have that safe space? I've always envied them. I never had that. I was always the safe space. I never had that. I always gave it. So that doesn't work. It's got to be mutual. Public exposure. Private matters could be exposed. Okay, maybe you're afraid that your feelings are going to be exposed. And we're going to, you know what? I'm going to put that aside because we're going to pull some cards and clarify that. We're not letting you get out of that. The real story. The true story will come to light. The real story. It always does. Always does. Truth also floats. Not just hope. Truth floats too. Okay. These are larger. Let's start. Large to small. The rule is large to small. Which is why I buy smaller decks when they're interesting. It's like, they all can't be large. You need to clarify and you need to have smaller cards. What's going on here? They're not right. Is this something worth pulling, or is it just wrong? It's just wrong. Stacks go back. That's not right. Not asking for a dissertation, okay? Just give some clues, a little truth, some hints. Don't give me your whole wealth of knowledge all in one fell swoop, please. Parcel it out to us. Little bits. Love's hidden secrets. Heart's hidden secrets. I've also seen readers with this deck in full size with the nice boxes like the other ones I have. I didn't find those. I found this, and this is good enough. I need, like I said, I need smaller decks also. They can't all be big. Flip itself over, and now I know. They do that a lot. I swear they have flipped over, and I look for it, and it somehow has flipped itself back. Okay, yes. Joke's on me. Okay. Heart's hidden secrets. I knew I saw it. Stress. Turbulence, tension, arguments. Yeah. The beginning of this year, the better part of this year, that was my life. Turbulence, tension, because somebody is just a troublemaker and a liar. But take it as it resonates with you. That's all over for now anyway, as long as they don't start lying again, we're all good. And if they do, we're going to do battle again. Memories, reminiscing, dwelling, bittersweet. Yeah, let that stuff go. That's what retrogrades are for. We're not in retrogrades right now, are we? Not really relevant ones, are we? I know Mercury's direct, Saturn went direct. I've been focused on my tarot. I do keep up on the astrology, but not as much as I need to. I just keep up on the major aspects and transits and stuff. I can't tell you every little thing. I know the moon phase, I know the tarot, the astrology. I could do better, and I will do better on that. I have books on that and everything, and sometimes I know a lot of stuff on the subject, but I just don't get all the layers when I'm on tape, when I'm on video. Open heart. Hey, this is the cover, and when decks do that, when they have a card that is the cover, I always take that as an underscore. Underscore this. This is the prototype of the whole deck, okay? So this is an important card. Open heart, receptive, empathy, vulnerable. I guess it was the last video I just did. Vulnerable. You have to make yourself vulnerable to experience true intimacy, is what the card said. Heart fog, mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. Well, are there mixed signals? If you're keeping things close to your vest and so is your other person, there's going to be mixed signals, I guess. Take it as it resonates. Clinging, holding on, obsessing, spying. That resonates to the past in my life. That past toxic person that I had just been talking about. Alright, Heart's Hidden Secrets. Give us one more. We're going to move on. Broken, shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. Yeah, many of you single people, this is your situation. Thank you, Doug Heffernan. And shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. Good people end up like this by the people who aren't so good. Okay, 22 years. And I spent a lot of those years shattered, heartbroken, and destroyed from that twin flame experience. But I got so much out of it, and I mean, time does heal those types of wounds. And it has. I have no feelings for any man I've ever known whatsoever in my life, and there's no one. It's so funny when the astrology will say, oh, there's someone from your past coming back. I'm like, there is nobody from my past that's welcome back. That's why they're in my past. So that ain't happening. Okay, let's move on. That's not for me. Not every 100% of the reading of the content is going to be for everybody. Although it, honestly, honestly. I know myself, when I'm watching my favorite readers, they hit it on the head, and our readings are very similar. The ones I'm having are the same ones that my favorite readers are having. It's just the relevant cards are popping up across the board. I mean, that's the way it works. It's not surprising. And it's nice because it shows that your readings are in league with what everybody else is coming up with. There are some cards in here that don't belong, and I'm trying to get rid of them, and they're mixed in with the deck because I made the mistake of shuffling instead of removing them first. I think that's all. Okay, this is Neon Love Oracle deck. It's a Neon Oracle deck. It's not the $60 one on Etsy. That's the one I thought I was getting there. Another one. These are just cards that just show you, I don't know, I've never even read them. The print is so small. Readings, if that comes up what it means, it's like, pfft, that's not how Oracle works. There's no rules in Oracle. It's your intuition. Little, instruction cards that come along with cards. The only deck that ever works with is this. Gypsy Witch Fortune Telling, because it's a specific layout, and you have to read it according to what cards are laid out next to it. It's a little square inside a bigger square. And it depends on what is laid out next to it. Depends on what the card means. So that is the only exception, those Gypsy Witch cards. You cannot do a regular reading with those. It has to be that way. Okay. Little cheap knockoffs of the neons that I wanted, but are still cool. What do you have to say, loser? Stop. When you come across a loser, maybe you ought to stop. And by loser, somebody who's just a low vibrational human being and not on your level. Do not waste your energy on those people because they're energy vampires. They're like moths trying to suck the life out of that flame or that light they're ultimately flying to. That's going to be their demise. Toxic people. Leave toxic people alone. We're talking soulmates. First you start saying your soulmate's coming in, and now you're digressing to toxic people. What do you have to say about people who are maybe hoping for some kind of love? Maybe a romantic connection, maybe just a flirtation or a crush. Just sometimes knowing that somebody thinks you're special is enough, whether you can be with them or not. It all depends on who you are, what you're after, and who you come across, honestly. Alright, that one. Tried to put it back, and I said, nope, I'm coming out. Perfect match. Okay. Thank you for answering my request. Perfect match. It still blows my mind how perfect we are together. It's as if we're made for each other. Lock and Key. That song, we fit together just like a lock and a key. And we open up each other's minds. Kansas. Excuse my singing. My voice is rough today, pardon me. It's winter time. It's been cold and arctic, just how I like it. And my voice is a little rough today. I'm a little congested. Congestion. I'm sorry. I love King of Queens. The show's hilarious. I watch it all the time when I just want to watch something funny. My default. It's my favorite default. So, excuse me. I do channel my inner Doug Heffernan, and my soulmate has to be a Doug Heffernan. He's got to be cute, chubby, and funny, among other things. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Wouldn't hurt. Wouldn't hurt to channel your inner Doug Heffernan too. Women like that. Okay, all my cards are on an adventure today. None of them are in the row like they should be. Like the little duckies should be. Hi, Hannies. Give the cards your magical kisses. Okay. Oh, and rubs too. Thank you. This is going to be magical. Can't kiss and rub them. Dark Confessions. Oracle cards. What do you have to say? It's got a pretty rose on there. In the dark, in the blackness, a beautiful rose is blooming. So hey, hey, hey. That's a metaphor, right? What do you have to say about this love connection? Okay. You. I am just discombobulated today. Pardon me. Here we go. I am not sure I can meet your expectations. The pressure is too much for me. Well, that goes in league with the card we had in the last reading. You have to have faith in yourself. Stop focusing on insecurities. Focus on your greatness and your strength and your magic. You're magical motherfuckers, okay? We all are. I feel overwhelmed. I am drowning in my own thoughts. Well, a lot of people live in our heads. As a Virgo moon, and even Capricorn influence, I live in my head a lot. I have a very vivid inner life. That was also in some description of a Capricorn that I read somewhere. Okay. So we're not wrapped up here. I want to know more about this love connection. I'm running out of cards that I have out. I'm just going to have to... I took those away, didn't I? What am I doing? Push. Clear up the empty boxes, Shannon. Always just a debacle of fun after my readings, putting all the cards back where they belong. Finding all the discarded empty boxes I've just tossed to save time in my reading. Okay. Hi, Cavs. Kipper-ish deck. Oracle deck. Clarify and verify this loveify that we're talking about. Who's going to be loveifyed and what's going on? Loveifyed. Okay. Community. Okay, community. That's, sorry. They stick together, they're new. Manipulation. Okay, so manipulation in your community. So what else is new? Hello. Manipulation in your community. Community doesn't necessarily mean your geographical location. I mean, we're all on social media. That's a community. YouTube is a community. So you've got community manipulation, and then you've got the guy saying hello. Well, that's bizarre. And how does... Oh, two flipped over. Yeah, that's weird. And I was still shuffling, and another one flipped over. Several cards in between. So that's cool. I couldn't do that again in a million years. Divinity, and there we go. Thoughts. Yeah, I had that in the last reading. Somebody's having loving thoughts of you, and it's a divine connection. It's your soulmate. I'm telling you. You got a soulmate. Someone thinking about you. I'm telling you. I don't know what this is. Manipulation in your community. Hi. Someone that you've just met in a community might be a manipulator. Be aware of that. The cards don't always just stick to one storyline. They jump all over the place at what's going on, and you have to decipher that. And sometimes, only you can make that distinction. And then you have in between here thief and false. So yeah, that goes with this. Just beware. There are a lot of falsehoods out there, people especially. But if you're the divine collective and protective like you are, you wouldn't be here. We have discernment. I'm telling you. After my wilderness experience, that's what I asked the divine for. I said, okay, after what I just went through, I am asking you for discernment that I will never be fooled again. And ever since then, I can tell when anyone's lying. If I'm looking at them, before they even, as soon as they open their mouth, before they even utter a word, I know if they're going to lie or not. I've got discernment, and believe me, you can't bullshit me. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. Maybe for a while, but maybe I see through you and just don't say it. It's a lot I hold close to my vest, too. Message, okay. It's number 7. Lucky number 7. Maybe it's a lucky message. A message about your divine soulmate. Someone's thinking loving thoughts about you. Okay. And I can attest that that is probably true. That is just coming up so much. Hi, Lance. Kitty cat back. Hi, baby girl. She's okay. She doesn't need me. She's taken care of before anything else happens in my life. Awakening. Okay, you are just awakening to the fact. See, this is all clear, and I kind of wish the other cards weren't in the way, cluttering things up, because this is the message. This is the love message right here. So I'm going to clear all this crap away so you guys can see this. This is the love message. All of this right now is irrelevant. We're getting that out of here. I'll deal with that later. Okay, so divinity, divine thoughts, that's your soulmate thinking about you. And there's going to be an awakening, maybe, perhaps, from a message. See that? Divinity, loving thoughts. Well, it's just thoughts, but there's a heart in her thought bubble. Message, which is a 7. That's a good number. That's a divine number. So it's going to be a good message that's going to awaken you, maybe, to the fact that you have feelings for someone or someone has feelings for you. These are timeless. It might not be happening right now at the very moment. It might already be happening. It might not happen for a while. You know, sometime within 6 to 12 months even. So take it as that resonates. It's all energy. It's all energy, guys. It just has to be interpreted. Interpreted. Like I mistakenly said in one of my other videos. Interpreted. And believe me, I never say interpreted. I don't know where that came from. It's just, I didn't realize it was going to be an adjustment, reading and speaking what your thought process is at the same time, because you really have to focus. You know, you have to take a few minutes and let the thoughts come to you, what, you know, your intuition tell you what this is. And while you're trying to fill in, you know, the silence and talk at the same time and, you know, explain the thought process, it can be, yeah, it's likened it to learning to drive a clutch for the first time. That's what it's like. So you got to learn to do 2 things at once, and it's a little adjustment, but I'll get it. So Ice Queen in house. So Ice Queen in house. Well, I'll tell you what. Things are not literal in tarot, and take it as it resonates. And all that means to me is that it's been cold here, and it has been. I don't like artificial heat. I don't like to immediately overreact when it's a little chilly, because I will get too warm then. And if I have to be one or the other, it's going to be cold, because I am warm 90% of my life. It's warm here. It's too warm. And I'm sensitive to heat and light, and so it's worse for me. So I don't overreact and use heat. It has to get really chilly in my house. When it gets down to 62 in the house, then we'll turn the heat on just to get the chill off the air. And it's like, nope, get rid of that. I'd rather dress warmer. I have all my warm clothes I hardly ever get to wear. And so, yeah, it's been cold in my house. And that's what I'm going to say that is. So take it as it resonates with you. You have an Ice Queen in your house. You have someone that you're in a relationship with, whatever type of relationship that is, that's an Ice Queen. Maybe in the past, your relationships were somebody who just wasn't emotionally available, you know. So take it as it resonates. Let's get a couple more. But yeah, somebody's thinking about you. It's a divine connection. You may not be aware of it yet, but there's going to be a message that's going to be some kind of awakening. Okay. Give us 2 more. My hands are starting to hurt. I had to trim. I had to file my nails back. They were getting too long. And when they get long, you're in danger of them bending way, way below the quick. And it hurts when that happens, believe me. So I got to keep them filed a little shorter, because I do have very active hand activity in my life. I have a lot of things that I have to do with these hands. So I can't have those nails bending back and breaking below the quick. It hurts like an SOB, and it takes forever to grow out again. So I've learned to keep them filed fairly short. Okay, here we go. We're getting there. We're getting one. Rich guy. Rich guy, which is a 13. 3 and 1 is 4. The number of stability. Rich guy. So maybe it's a little chilly in your house right now, metaphorically speaking, but looks like rich guy's going to take care of it. Whether that's you or relates to someone else. Only you know what that means. Take it, you know, take it metaphorically. Don't necessarily take it literally, because tarot's not literal. It just could mean that, you know, maybe you're, you know, having a little lack right now in your house, in your life, metaphorically speaking, but that it's going to become more abundant. And Then we have blocked and false document. Okay, so take it as it resonates with you. As I said, I've had that in my life recently. It's that round anyways, from a troublemaker karmic from the past that won't go away. That round is over anyway, and we just are praying that that's it. You don't mess with the divine because it just comes back on you anyway. Rising star, 77. Okay? So you're a rising star. Whatever you're doing, success is coming your way because you've done the work and closed out the cycles, guys. Let's face it. You've gotten rid of a lot of toxicity in your life. I used to keep my friends list, you know, at a mid double-digit range. And I have just cut the fat and gotten rid of people that I don't want to share my life with anymore, or that don't interact with me. And a lot of them were family. And I only have like 31 friends now. Just plenty. I've always preferred a small, authentic circle than a bunch of people that I don't know that are just going to give me grief and chaos anyway. Legal, okay? This was a legal matter. So take it as it resonates with you. Blocked, forged, and legal. That did happen recently. This karmic gave me a forged legal document. And yeah, anyway. It's all over. It's all over in the past. We don't focus on that. We just let it go to the universe. Go with God. I just pray that the person gets filled with light again, because the person used to be or it seemed like a very nice person anyway. You never can tell. But there were red flags. So I'm on the fence about that one. Anyway, I just kind of pray that this person gets filled with light and stops trying to make our lives miserable. It's just not good karma for you to do that anyway. It's not going to work. All it's going to do is come back on you. But in the meantime, it's just kind of like a pain in our ass. And, you know, a little worrisome when you have somebody unstable and unhinged and unpredictable, and you never know what they're going to do. You know they're not going away, and that they're going to keep trying to cause you trouble. But it's backfiring, and the court is seeing that they're the problem. Definitely that they're the problem. So any more of this is just not going to be good for them, because karma's going to get them. But this person doesn't think clearly. It's not like it's a rational thought process. Anyway, I digress. I'm just telling you, these cards are popping up. It's relevant to my life. I don't know how it applies to you. If it's just my life, it's the reason they're popping up. I don't know. Only you know. And honestly, ain't none of my business. Abundance. Doesn't matter, because abundance is coming. And karmic masculine, okay? Well, you may have a karmic in your life, like some of us do. Take it as it resonates. Starseed. You're a starseed. We're all starseeds. And bliss. It's going to end with bliss, okay? You have love coming. I don't know what to tell you. If you're not really into that, then I suggest you hide in your room, because I think it's going to find you. Anyway, that's our reading. I'm going to do another one. I'm not really totally satisfied with this. I'm going to go get a bunch more decks out. And, oh, I'm so excited. I'm getting a new deck tonight. It's going to be delivered tonight. Let me get my phone and I'll show you what it is. I actually put it in the description, but I don't think anybody reads that yet. Nobody's really beaten down my page yet, but I am assured success. So it hasn't been long, and I'm here for the main purpose of helping people and doing what I love at the same time. So this is what I'm getting. I'm so excited to find these kitschy little decks that are right up my alley, because I'm a bookworm. I've got 2 bookcases filled with books. I've got more books than I have room to display. The Banned Books Tarot deck. It's really cool. Huckleberry Finn is one of them. I'm really excited to see what all they have. So yeah, I'm going to be getting that tonight. I'm going to be doing a reading tomorrow and trotting that out. So, and I'm going to do love readings. Love, love, love. Love is in the air. It's time of the season for love, and we're just going to do love, 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 because we know over and over it's beating us to death in the head with this. Closing out a cycle. Good for you. You've leveled up. Yes. Now some where somehow, sometime, love is in the air. Okay, my divine lovelies, thank you for being with me, and we'll see you soon. Ciao for now.